So, sup, you chuckle fucks? It's your boy, Dark Ragu here with the What If Issei was cheated on and awakened into an evil dragon. So, this is part one of this What If. And I'm just going to say this is going to be the special 800, okay? Since I haven't really done an 800 special, have I been did one for 700? I actually can't remember, wait. So yeah, this is going to be the 800 special, and well, what was it called? Let me explain something. So I'm a bit tired. No, not even a bit tired. I am fucking dead ass tired. So I'm not going to do this what if for too long. I am going to sleep after this. I'm just gonna fucking drop down and drop dead. But yeah, because I am tired. I didn't really sleep good last night. Well, yesterday I kind of slept around like 3 hours. Yeah, 3 hours, and then went to work for like the whole day. So my dumbass felt so dead tired somewhat the whole day while working. So of course I'm not going to talk too much. I'm just going to say some stuff, and then after that I'm just gonna go on with mostly just go on with going to sleep. But other than that, let me just begin this what if. Let me shut the fuck up and let me begin. Okay. I mean, you can already hear from my just voice alone, I am kind of tired already. But I'm going to begin this what if because the whole time I was just thinking about this while I was at work, and that was the only way I didn't fully fall asleep while I was standing. Yeah, I basically just wanted to get home so fast just so I can do this what if. But yeah, since I had an idea and other things, but yeah. But other than that, let me begin this what if, and let me shut the fuck up. Also, I should mention one thing. So those things up here are Zanpakutos, that's holification. Don't worry about that. I'll explain everything later. His sacred gear is going to change. And other than that, let me begin this what if, okay? So we begin into mostly. Oh wait. So pretty much we begin into Issei Hiro, or yeah, mostly a supposed Issei Hiro. Well, not an easy Kyoto, mostly, sorry. Am I already fucking asleep? No, let me just begin. So, we begin into someone right now talking. A guy with kind of purplish eyes for a bit. His hair is completely black, and this work well. He seems to have it a little bit long, but not that long. It's not spiky at all. It's kind of just black. This work well. Behind him actually appears two purple, mostly draconic wings. This seems to be purple and black, while mostly he has a sinister grin on his face. This is where, well, he's right now sitting down on a chair, mostly on a throne, while looking at some of his members. Or not some of his members, just looking at a kind of TV screen. This is where he grins, saying, huh, well, even though this world might have betrayed me, I am considered to be the hero, well, ex-hero of this world. But yet this world just doesn't seem to care about me too much, or at all. So with that happening, let me begin and tell you about my story of becoming one of the worst nightmares to this supernatural world. You might know me as Issei Hiro, the Red Dragon Emperor. But this is a story of my own. My own as becoming a true dragon god. A dragon god, you might say? That's interesting. But I'm not just any dragon god. I am an evil dragon god. One to be able to rival Great Red, Orpheus, and even Trisecta. I might have been a normal human about like 8 months ago. But now, with this power, I'm able to rival anything. And I shall bring everyone into the mostly the deep depths of nothing but complete abyssment. Other than that, let's begin into my story. This is where, well, we go into mostly a backtrack before this all happened. We go into mostly, it's like a flashback or somewhat. This is where, well, we go into mostly a brown-haired boy right now, kind of running towards what's it called, the ORC, to actually kind of go talk towards mostly his president and somewhat fiance about his contract and achievements that he just kind of achieved. Now, when he goes off, this is mostly right after the Battle of Triseca and like other things, but yeah. So this happened like after like a while, but yeah. After the Battle of Triseca defeating what's it called, Risbon, but yeah, you get the point. But this is where, well, they're mostly still, or mostly, what's it called, the ORC are all mostly, everyone in the club are either third years or are now in college, but yeah. But this is where, well, we go into mostly, what's it called, a brown-haired boy right now rushing towards the club called the ORC, mostly the Occult Research Club, to right now talk to his fiance about his contracts, about the other things that he managed to achieve in school, about his good grades and other things. This is where, well, he is just going to go see them after mostly finishing some contracts. Luckily, his contract, well, one of his contractors right now let him off earlier than expected because that contractor didn't remember that he had an appointment to do, and he did ask this kid, mostly this person named Issei, to help him out with the fucking appointment. So pretty much Issei did help him out with the appointment, but pretty much it didn't take that long. And of course the person did pay him, saying, well, that's the payment. Thank you again for helping me out. I guess it says, you're welcome, man. Now if you don't mind me, I'm out. Issei runs off to the RC, but yeah. This is where, well, when he gets to the club, this is where, well, sorry, wait. But this is where, well, mostly, what's it called? Issei is running over there until he gets to the club. This is where, well, he was about to knock out the club, but this is where he hears voices. Male voices at the same time a female voice. Well, mostly he hears one male voice and then a couple of female voices giggling. This is where, well, he decides to crack the door open a bit just because he had a weird feeling that it could be Kiba and the others right now thinking of surprising him or whatever. But he knows that Kiba's contracts usually take too long, so he's wondering who this guy is. This is where DJ did kind of tell Issei to stop before he opens the door too fully, just have it crack open. What Issei sees is some random dude, seems to kind of be, what's it called, like, flirting with the other girls, like flirting with Brias, Akano, and like, what's it called, Azia. Zenobi isn't there, she's actually in a different contract. Irina, and like other people. Like, what's it called, Rasa Weiss and, wait, who else was there? Oh, wait, fuck. So, Rasa Weiss and even Kaneko, and this is where, well, mostly, what he sees this, like, person do is kind of flirt with them, and of course, like, talk some sexual talks with them, like, mostly having this or that, and this is where, well, Issei is confused, until he sees mostly Rias and Akano kind of fight for him, and even kiss him and other things, kiss this random dude, and this is where, well, Issei's, like, kind of heartbroken. What is happening? This is where, well, the girls start kind of talking bad about Issei and how he's a pervert and other things, even though this guy's just the exact same thing. But this is where, well, mostly Issei, all he just feels is hurt. His heart feels hurt, shatter. Seeing this is where, well, he decides to walk away silently, and this is where Didrik says, partner, are you okay? This is where, well, mostly Issei's quiet. So quiet, when he gets to Kuwa Park, he feels so frustrated, so angry, so dead inside. This is where, well, mostly Issei sits down on a bench, and this is where, well, Didrik says, partner, you want to talk about it? Partner, are you okay? Partner! This is where, well, Issei's quiet. Too quiet for mostly Didrik's liking. Issei, brother! This is where he starts trying to call out Issei's name, but This is where, well, the Juggernaut, well, mostly Drive and Chance and other things are kind of trying to, mostly the other users of the Juggernaut Drive Chant, those who are falling, are right now trying to encourage Issei to, like, say the Juggernaut Drive. But this is where, well, Issei is also ignoring them. This is where, well, mostly Issei is ignoring everyone. He can't believe that with the girls would cheat on him. Those sluts. That's what he thinks in his head. This is where, well, mostly Issei, he's just so dead, but so angry at the same time. That his emotions are kind of going either up or down, and even his evil pieces are kind of mostly overreacting with his body, corrupting it. Mostly corrupted pieces. With mostly Dragon Fall still being a thing, even though he is a call, he's barely even a dragon. He's like a devil dragon, but yeah, not the point. This where, well, Issei, he just feels so much rage in his body, so much destruction that he wants to let out, but he doesn't even know how to let it out. This where, well, he then kind of just talk in a very, very, very not soft tone, but it's like a bit like a serious tone that he asked Diedrich for something. This is where Diedrich says, yes, partner? This is where Issei's eyes almost changed purple for a second. This is where, well, Issei said, how much, what would it take to take my heart to become a full dragon? Partner, I think you want to shut up and tell me. What would it take? How much pain and how much longer how much time does it take? Issei's voice had became so dark tone. This where, well, Diedrich said, you want to, I think you want to, not, I think you need to think about this in such a Issei says, shut up, Diedrich. Tell me. Diedrich said, it would take a while, but if I do it, your evil pieces are going to try to kill you for becoming a dragon. Maybe it will try to transform you into a half dragon unless you get rid of the evil pieces, like saying purge or something. Issei right now looks at himself. And this is where Issei literally says, without hesitation, purge. This is where 8 evil pieces that are right now corrupted with his mostly essence are right now going down on the ground. This is where, well, Diedrich winds his eyes and just hurries up in an instant to try to take mostly Issei's heart and making it become into a dragon. He wasn't expecting his partner to right now just go insane with that. This is where when he starts changing Issei's body into literally a dragon, something happens. With Issei's negative emotions just going around him, he awoken his aura. But at the same time, he also kind of awakened not to be a dragon, but into an evil dragon. He changed from dragon to evil dragon in an instant. He is now kind of considered to be a complete menace right now. But this is where when Issei opened his eyes, now you see here, he was in the park for a while, but he did use a bit of magic to right now teleport him to somewhere else. Or mostly Diedrich managed to use a bit of magic to get out of the park. So, no supernatural could feel Issei's aura or power. But this is where, well, mostly Diedrich was not expecting Issei to literally become an evil dragon instead of a normal dragon. And he was not expecting to see Issei's aura be awoken already. Now, I will mention about Issei's aura later, or maybe I should mention it now, so I just don't forget about it later. So this is where, well, Issei has now unlocked his aura, but this is where, well, mostly he was unconscious for a bit, for like 2 weeks, but this is where when Issei woke up, this is where Diedrich was also asleep in the sacred gear, but the sacred gear did change thanks to Issei's aura. But this is where, well, Issei didn't really check upon that neither when he woke up. He felt all his body change. He felt much more stronger, smarter, and more calm-minded after a while. He doesn't feel that lustful at all. But this is where, well, Probably that's just because of the fact that he was betrayed once again. His heart is shattered into a million pieces, but yet he doesn't care. He just looks all around, and this is where he goes up to right now into a stone wall, punches it with like his just bare fist, and shatters the wall in an instant, just exploding into nothing but dust. Says, "That's interesting. I feel stronger, powerful. I do feel kind of power hungry, but not much. Still, whatever happened to me, whatever this is, it doesn't really matter. Because I'll take anyone out. I'll make sure that everyone feels nothing but the despair that I felt. The true rage. The darkness that I felt." This where, well, Issei remembers the memories of what he just saw that one time, momos with the girls, and this where, well, his aura starts kind of shivering around his body. A very pure, black and purple energy starts kind of erupting around his body. A very dark and shadowy aura. This is where, well, mostly Issei feels the shadowiness and also darkness aura around him. This is where, well, he kind of pulls both of his hands out from his pockets, and this is where, well, he feels this powerful dark aura around him. This is where, well, he says, "What is this? Is this supposed to be something that, if I remember right, from the dragons, I remember talking to, well, mostly Tanyan about this. He did say that auras are something that dragons can awaken. Just like the Moon Crescent Dragon, mostly, well, how should I say, Crown Crutch or like Dietrich or Albion, they awaken their auras. Even though it's called that of a dragon gods. What is this? So is this my aura? And what should I call it? Well, Dietrich, are you there?" This is where, well, he hears snoring. He says that might have took a lot of energy from him. I see. Well, then I will well, what should I call my aura then? I got it. Eclipse of the Betrayment. This is where, well, we'll see. Issa says, "I think that's a good name. I'm not gonna lie. It does make sense. Lots of sense. Well, other than that, this is where, well, Issa pushed back his hair back to the back of his head. And this is where, well, Issa said, "I'm going to make sure everyone in this whole world understands the true suffering and the true broken hero." Or, no, I'm not a hero no more. I'm a villain. Maybe. I don't really see the same kind of aspect as mostly my original self as like a hero. I don't even see myself fully like a hero. Whatever. Issa gets up. He did kind of like lay down on like the ground, like he let himself fall down, and when he crushes down the ground, he didn't feel any pain. He just didn't care. And so what? Well, Issa said, "Well, that wasn't painful at all. Still, maybe no. I'm not going back to the house, and I'm definitely not going back to the club. They can fuck off about that. But maybe, just maybe. No, all of them are nothing but cheating whores. Except for Zenobia, though. That's still questionable. Was Zenobia there or not? I could care less about her. Now, I know Raffle wasn't there. I couldn't sense any phoenix or smell any phoenix. So, my only thought that both of them weren't there. Thank goodness. But, what am I right now? I don't feel like a dragon. I do feel like I want to kill things more often. And I don't think that's what a dragon feels like to do every day. Am I similar to that Crown Crutch? This is where, well, Issei's conclusion just came up to that of maybe he became an evil dragon than a normal dragon. Issei in this one is going to be 10 times smarter than normal. he's going to figure out a lot of things much easier. Also, I should mention one thing, that his personality is going to take a 180 and actually kind of change it out of like Sosuke Aizen. Don't worry. So he's going to be more calculating, manipulating, and at the same time a master in chess. But yeah. Now, other than that, we begin into mostly Issei kind of going off and saying, well, whatever the case is, I'm just going to go train then. This is where, well, he right now activates his draconic wings, and again, they look like this. They straight up look like this. Also, yes, he does have draconic skills, and other than that, but yeah. But his wings look like these. But this is where, well, we go into a time skip of mostly like about 3 weeks later. But yeah. This is where, well, Issei came back. But Issei came back looking like this. My man came back looking like this. Well, the school uniform, a little bit stoic, but not too much. But yeah, you get the point. But this is where, well, he is still showing off his perverted personality. But that's just fake. You see here. He is going to be faking it until he makes it all of those people suffer. This is where, well, mostly Issei is grinning, but yeah. Grinning from the inside, the outside, not really. Other than that, for right now, I'm going to be leaving it off here for part mostly one of this. What if I'm tired? I might redo this, maybe, maybe not. Other than that, bye soon. Yeah, but yeah, I'm going.